I would conclude by talking about these unthinkable states. And usually, you know, people want to hear about what it was like to receive from Jesus. And God, one of my earliest pen pals was a woman from Great Britain. And she had written me, would I tell her what it's like? And I kind of told her the story, you know, the external events. Well, this happened and that happened. And she wrote me back, and I could almost feel her pause. And she kind of says, Dear Mari, I was really wondering how it felt. You know, it's like I hadn't really told her how it felt. And I don't know if the way I'd like to describe it is the way you would want to know about how it felt, but I wanted to describe it in that way that is similar to the new ways of knowing. Because to me, like I say, that's what it's all about. That we are going to go from that way of knowing that we've had in the past, and we're going to move into the way of knowing that is the knowing of union, the knowing of the Christ self, the knowing of the heart. I had an office that was a converted bedroom of my daughter's, and I would enter that room every day. I'd bless myself with holy water. I like holy water fonts. I like the whole symbology of water. And then I would begin to journal what I thought of as getting myself out of the way, so that I would be kind of an empty vessel for the hearing of these words. And but as they began to come, it would be like I would be going, and not even consciously, because there weren't really any words coming into my mind, but if you think you're going, got it, got it, got it, you know, so you're hearing something and you go, got it, got it, got it. But it was like one sentence at a time. I got one sentence at a time, and when I was 4 sentences removed from the first one was gone. And so it was just really different. It was very immediate, a present moment kind of knowing. And it was as if my whole being was filled with this receiving, so that there wasn't any separate me who could stand apart over here and think about it. Oh, Jesus is saying blah, 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 I think. You know, there wasn't that wasn't going on. And I think a lot of people feel that when they read what are to them sacred texts. It doesn't matter which sacred text it is, but if it really speaks to your heart, you feel that. It's like there isn't any you interfering in what's going on. You're experiencing direct, unmediated contact. Okay, to me, that is what this is. And it maybe looks kind of amazing when I talk about what happened to me, but it happens to everybody. That we get in that place where we can experience the new knowing, because we're out of the way, okay? And then there's this way it's sort of received in wholeness. You know, so this stuff, when I said at the beginning, my life is trying to express the inexpressible, this stuff is hard to talk about. How do you talk about a new way of knowing, okay? So I am, you know, just doing my best here, but
That was good.
got it? You got it now? Okay. All right. All right. Well, it's sometimes, you know, it's a reason you compare a little bit, because you can't describe what it is, but you can describe what it's not, kind of, you know. So, so in that, you know, frame of mind of describing what it's not, when I got done receiving the Course, I thought I had to go back and get this intellectual understanding, because it was gone. Was it you guys that mentioned it earlier, that, you know, it's like you read it and then you don't know what you read? So it was like I knew, it's like you know it as you receive it. This is what I'm saying. You're receiving this Course and you're reading it and you have that feeling and you know it. And so it's more like a sense, almost like a smell or a memory, or, you know, it's familiar to you and you know it's the truth. But you want to tell me what you just read? No. No. So that was the experience. And like the after Course was was done, like, how can I talk about this? I don't know what it said. You know, I mean, people are going to expect me to be able to say, well, you know, this treatise is about this or what. I mean, it was like no recall, but in the usual way. And that is really hard from us. I mean, my whole journey from the beginning with this, you know, change, you can't go on with your thinking mind, you know, all that, it's all about thinking. And when you get to that place where you really can't think, and maybe even if you know that's kind of where you're wanting to go, you get there and it feels very strange. It feels very strange. It's something you have to get used to, that you can know and not have the intellectual understanding of it. And then, so what I think is that the intellectual understanding is replaced by this new way of knowing. And when we can allow that to happen, that, you know, people talk about it in all kinds of ways, but I never got it until it happened to me. You know, like being in the present moment, or, you know, certain things like that. They just were some like cliches almost to me. I didn't get them. But when I tried so hard to, I mean, I went through these things, you know, I thought, okay, I'm going to pick out the important stuff and the fundamental principles. And it was like I had Post-it notes on every page. I couldn't contain it. And yet I had it. I had it from the reading. And the only way I'd ever get a return feeling of the way I got it in the beginning was when I'd put it away for a while and I'd come back to it. And then I'd read and it'd like whoosh, 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 whoosh. And that whole same feeling, got it, got it, got it. Oh my God, this is so exciting. And then I'd lose it. You know, so it's like that we can't grasp it makes us feel like this. What kind of new wisdom is this? What kind of new knowing is this? It's ungraspable. But that's it. You know, I mean, that's where we're going. That's where we're heading. It's the heart's emergent wisdom.